Rob Font against Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah.
What you got written down?
Well, Cody should win this.
You reckon? Yeah.
I think he's lost 2 fights because of his ego being out of control.
Okay.
He absolutely got caught in an ego battle with TJ, and to the point like 209 in that fight, and he just stood there and started wailing each other, which he didn't have to do because I felt like he was good in that fight. He was moving, he's being elusive, he was making TJ miss, and he got caught in the come on then, and then he just got caught, and he got banged with the same shot 3 times over and got caught with a third one, right? And then Pedro Munoz, he got caught. He got drawn into a brawl with Pedro Munoz, which he doesn't have to get drawn into. And then he came off worse there as well, because he's a very elusive, awkward fighter, and he should just play that role. And I think he could be, he could feature. But if he does get drawn into that, I think it could be rough for him.
It was so weird to watch him go from the Dominic Cruz fight, where he's like body popping and doing push-ups, to then against TJ Dillashaw, he's like the devil on that other guy's shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not the same guy. He's charged, he's fired up, he's got no control over that. And even though he's very dangerous and effective still like that, because he's not considered, he's not measured. And, like you said, 3 times now in a row, he paid for it. I felt like against the Sun Sao, he looked better. But, I mean, I think Rob Font's the kind of guy that could really piss him off. I think Rob Font, he hangs low, he's got his guard up high, so you feel like he's closer than he is, and you try and reach him, and he whoop out
he's
the
got
way.
like a disrespect trigger, isn't he? Like if he feels like he's being disrespected, he just fucking loses his head, and then he's brawling. He's pub brawling.
But the problem
is way better than that. He's way better than that.
If he fights Rob Font like he did Dominic Cruz, that's a different performance entirely. If he fights Rob Font like he did against Dillashaw, he'd probably get lit up. But it's literally
yeah.
It's
on Cody, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's on Cody.
Yeah.
I don't like, with all due respect to Rob Font, he's probably going to come and beat Rob Font, and it depends what Cody turns up will decide the fight.
Yeah. It's weird because you see this with fighters sometimes, don't you? I mean, Cowboy's a good one. He can be hot or cold. Vitor Belfort was the other one.
Yeah.
Pre or post USADA, or even psychologically, there was a state that Vitor was in when he was either absolutely lethal or just kind of not there,
nonchalant.
But the difference with Garbrandt is that even in his 2 modes, he's still lethal.
Yeah,
he's still really dangerous even when he's angry. He's just more vulnerable when he's angry. And I think that Rob Font's just got to lean into that. He's just got to lean into it. He's got to mug him off. He's got to piss him off. He's got to poke him. Play that psychological game. I mean, it's a big part of what the martial arts is all about. It's like harnessing that lack of control.
I seen you do it. I seen you poke the bear until he basically broke. And it's an offensive strategy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Offensive with a double meaning.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I rate the Cody that beat Dom is he's right up there. He's one of the best in that division. But the Cody that loses his head is just another 10 to 15er. That's where he's going to sit if he can't harness that and stick to the plan. There's just so many levels to performance, and it's great, like physically great, whatever, tactically great, technically great, but the psychological pillar is the pillar. And again, there's so many different strains to discipline. Like, what's discipline? Well, discipline is being able to control that ego, be able to control those emotions, and still get the job done. And he hasn't. I don't know where he's at. I don't know who's his coach.
He's an alpha male, isn't he?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you got some footage from that way.
Yeah. But that's mastery of discipline. It is when it's you're faceless and emotionless, and GSP was pretty good at it, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was pretty good at it.
Yeah, like if you could put a bit of that in Cody Garbrandt, just to balance him out a bit.
Yeah,
he'd be very, very effective. He is very, very effective. You can't take that away from him. But there's that clear chink in his armor that you can just kind of prod and poke and get him to.
Probably stops him from being champ or close.
Yeah,
pretty close.
I saw it against Dominic Cruz.
Amazing.
That's the thing. That's the thing that fries my brain. Is you attain that level there. Now get that back.
Yeah. Find that state. Find the state again.
Like, was he there against the Sunset? I don't think so. Kind of felt like he was chasing him down when he knocked him out a little bit. Like with Cruz, he was just mugged him off all the time. If you can do that to Rob, if you can have a faceless opponent every time he fights, whereas now the problem is he puts TJ Dillashaw's face on everyone he fights, and it goes the opposite way. You know, it's like listening to death metal on your walkout. Like Pantera sounds like a good idea on your walkout. It's absolutely not.
No,
because your heart rate's at 160 while they're going. And now, fighting out of the blue corner, you're like, just hurry up. You know, I've got 4 minutes of cardio. Go.
Don't fight angry. It's exhausting.
No,
exhausting.
No. Plus, you know, then you're throwing punches with venom, and you're not accurately landing. So you're missing, or you're scuffing, or you're landing on hands, and you're getting tired.
Yeah, I would very, very much like to see that Cody come out. Very much so. I rate him. I want him to be that guy, and I think he's good for the division.
Yeah. That Cody against Rob Font when he's on his game is absolute lightning. It's a really interesting fight, and two guys that could quite easily be contending for the belt.
Yeah, I agree.
Quite easily.
Rightio. Yeah, good card.
So which way did you go?
I don't know now. Let's think. Yeah, let's think the best of Cody.
Oh, okay.
And hope the martial artist comes through.
Neck tattoos for the win.
Yeah, maybe. Not a massive fan, are you?
I don't mind them. They just make your neck look really long.
Yeah.
I want the sides doing.
Yeah?
But the front part just makes your neck look really long.
Yeah. I'm not getting my neck tattooed.
You've not got much of a neck, have you?
Well, no, not. I was going to give you some shit then I remembered how many times I've injured it in the last 6 weeks, and I was like, no, you're right. The pencil neck is...
Because you're training with those monsters at the gym, I told you.
Too young.
Yeah.
Young motherfucker.
We need a veterans mat at the gym.
Young or unbelievably good in the shape of Warhead.
Yeah.
Either one is not working out very well. Horrible.
Rough house.
There we go. The rough house
Cool.
monsters.
All right.
All done.
Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.
Yo.